Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the 1/100 scale Iron-Blooded Orphans Graze Custom. The Graze Custom, otherwise known as the Graze Kai, is what I would say is a definitely much more interesting version of the Graze, and unlike the HG here, we get a lot of stuff with this. The HG was pretty minimal, really, other than just the Graze Kai itself. Didn't really have a whole lot. They had the add-on set where you could add some more stuff to it. This one includes that stuff from the add-on set, and also has some new parts that are going to be included to make the Ground-type Graze, which is cool. It has a sword on the backpack, has some different feet, has some really cool stuff. So definitely looking forward to checking this out. I definitely prefer this one over the normal regular Graze, so this should be pretty interesting. Here on the bottom we can see my box got a little bit crunched here, but there we got some stills from the anime series there, all of that. Here on the bottom and top we can see this is number 8 in the line. On this side here we're going to have some rear and front images there, what it's going to look like with the bazooka mounted on the shoulder there. You can do that if you want, or you don't have to. I believe you should be able to mount that to either the left or the right as well, depending on what you want. Here we can see these are some of our customized options. Different thigh parts, different feet parts, different backpack, and some different arrangements we can do with all of that. On the other side, of course, here just some action poses about some gimmicks and things like that. We've got the regular Graze rifle, nothing new there, but different head, different backpack, different shoulders, of course. And then here a little bit about Akihiro. Still waiting for the Kara stamp plate for Akihiro. Hopefully that's coming someday, but we'll just have to wait and see. 3,000 yen for this, so it is a little bit more expensive, but I think it's because this one is including a little bit more here in the box than the original version, of course. So here we got, a lot of this should look very familiar though, like this is not new at all. I know that runner. This runner though is new, so there's a little bit of new, a little old. Here's some more new stuff. Right there on the top, gray parts, green parts, those are not new. I can see the original Graze head is there. It looks like should be able to make the original Graze head, I think, if you want to. We'll have to check that out in the review, of course. Here we can see we've got the Graze frame. And again, this is going to be the third time building that, so that shouldn't be any trouble at all. Some new parts for the feet. Some old parts for some armor. Some new parts for the thighs and stuff, and then finally some polycaps and our Graze axe there at the bottom. So let's get into our manual here. It's the front box art there. Once again, on the back, same stuff we saw on the outside of the box. Graze Custom, all of that, and then here at the bottom is our painting guide there. Opening it up to the front, again, going to be more information about Akihiro and the Graze itself. And then here we got just more images there with a couple small images from the anime. In our parts list, we can see, looks like the A runner is not new. Anyway, there are going to be a few parts on the A runner we're not going to use, it looks like. Then a few parts on the D runners. I think that's the original Graze head and the Graze shoulder armor, it looks like. That we're not going to be using from the D runner. Then we've got a whole bunch of more new stuff, so all that stuff we will be using, though it is optional, so you won't actually use it all. You will have extra parts. The construction is going to go as usual, starting off by building the frame first. So we're going to build the top half and then the legs, and then put the frame all together. And then we're going to go in and start adding the armor with the head armor there, arm armor, and then leg armor, waist armor, backpack. Somewhere we missed the body armor, must have been in there as well. I think that was there. Anyway, then weapons. There's the rifle and axe, nothing new there. Here's the new stuff. Here's how the bazooka is going to go together. It's going to be pretty simple in its design, similar to the HG, but a little bit more complex than the HG was. The HG was quite simple, especially for those add-on parts. And then just a little bit how to use that. It looks like we don't, I don't know, it's hard to tell if we have parts for that shoulder for both sides, although I would imagine we would, but it looks like maybe we don't. So I don't know, we'll just have to see. And then, yeah, just parts here for if you want to change the regular Graze. So yeah, if you have like the original 1/100 scale Graze, you can change some parts on that if you want. changed out the leg armor, changed out the backpack to make it the ground type, so that's kind of cool. You can use some of these parts on the other Graze if you want to make like two different versions, which I do have that, so I will definitely have to check that out. Let's go ahead and check out the runners next. Alright, so starting off with the foil stickers here, you can see we've got the green sticker for the camera lens on the rifle, stickers here for the eye, this one for the inside of the eye, this one for the outside, and then these gray stickers that are going to be going on that yellow part on the chest. PC212, the same polycap runner that we've had for all the 100 scale IBO kits, with the addition of actually four more polycap number 6 on there. Here we got runner A, chopped up but not slopped up here with a couple of white parts, a few yellow parts, some gray parts there, mostly for the rifle it looks like, and some darker green parts there going on the torso and feet of the Graze. Runner B1 is going to be the first half of our, well, the first runner of our Graze frame. It's not the first half. There is quite a bit. This is some parts there, mostly for the legs in that runner. Then we've got runner B2, which is going to be parts for the inner frames of the arm. And there you can see our hands as well, open hands and holding hands. And then runner C is going to be the rest of our Graze frame here, frame for the torso and the head. Again, mixing this section here, which I believe was parts for in the backpack. So that's why, the original Graze backpacks, that's why that is now omitted. Here's runner D1, we've got in that lighter shade of green. Here are just a bunch of armor parts for everywhere on the body. Of course we are not going to be using these parts here for the head, although I believe you can build that if you want. And then these parts there for the shoulder, we're not going to be using those as well either. And then we do have runner D2, which is going to be a copy of this section here. Runner E1 is just our two parts there to make up the Graze axe. And like runner A, runner F here is another multicolor runner there with one yellow part there for the eye, some white parts there for the new Graze Kai parts, a few more new green parts there, I think those are for the feet, and then some darker gray parts there for the bazooka. It's definitely a darker gray than the gray we saw for the rifle, so that's kind of cool. They're going to be two different color grays for those. This one, the marking for this is still just 1/100 scale Graze. This one isn't marked specifically for Graze Kai or anything, which is kind of interesting that they didn't throw that kanji on there. Runner G1 is some more new parts here. There's going to be some parts there for the new sword, which is looking really cool, the new backpack, and inside the new feet, inside the new head. It's all here on G1. And then we do also have runner G2, which is going to be a copy of, where is it? This section here. And last but not least, runner H1 is here, just going to be some dark green parts, new parts for the thighs and feet and shoulder armor there. And we do have two of this runner, so two H1 runners here. So it looks like maybe we are going to have all the parts to make both sides of that sort of beefed up Graze Kai shoulder armor. And interesting that this is runner is labeled H1 because there is no H2, so that's a little bit peculiar. But that is going to be it for unboxing the 1/100 scale Graze Kai or Graze Custom, whatever you want to call it. Looks like a cool kit. I really like the 1/100 scale Graze, so aside from a few flaws of it that I don't really particularly care for, but for the most part I really do like it quite a bit. So, and this version I prefer, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Some great options in there, so it should be a nice kit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the review coming up next. Bye bye.